This is Mrs. Wachowskis in the library. It is March 14th, 2019. And we're going to look at what your reference list should look like when you're done. Okay, so I've got 5 resources here. That's the minimum. I need to have had 3 books, and 2 could be other things, other resources. Lack of a good word there. Sorry. And if you're going to use a website, you need to use one of the websites that we've pointed you to, unless you're going to get special permission. And that special permission is not because you don't feel like looking at the websites that we looked at. It's because you could not find information, which I really believe you can. We've done this project for a number of years. So come talk to us if you need some sort of special set of rules for you. Okay, so I'm going to look at this book real quick and just show you how, if you've watched any of my other videos on citations, we talk about, it'd be so nice if everything always fit into this nice little template and all your information was very, very obvious, but it isn't always very obvious. Okay, so when I go into, let me see if I can, when I go right here, I'm using this book right here. So you've got this based on H.J. Rose's Handbook of Mythology as a secondary part of the title. And you will sometimes see this here actually wrong. It is not typically. And every time I've ever seen it wrong, it's like obviously wrong to me. But I wanted to show you how you can check these things. And then I've got 2 authors over here. And they have 2 authors here. And I guess I'm thinking about it. I would not have seen it as being 2 authors, but I probably wouldn't take off. I shouldn't say probably. I will not take off for that just because I can see how different people see it different ways. But I have the title is this, based on H.J. Rose's Handbook of Mythology. And then the way I see it, only one author is identified here. You can oftentimes find out more information on the verso, which is the backside of the title page. And we've got right here again, Robin Hard. Here is the name of the publishing company, Rutledge. We've got our year of publication, 2004. Okay, so let's go look into our Noodle tools. I cited this as a book on a database. See how I can show you. So this is an ebook, and you can tell you where the name of the database is, EBSCO ebook collection right here. So when you go into Noodle Tools, this is the information you're looking up. We're going to go and edit it. And if you're citing something from a database, they give you all these options. The preferred option at St. Pius across the board in MLA is the name of the database. And as you type this in, you will see it will pop up. There we go, EBSCO ebook collection. Grab it. You're always going to have boxes that don't get filled. Notice how it's telling me the name of the database should most likely be capitalized. That's a trademark thing, kind of like iPad, where it's a little I, big B, or a little I, big P. So in this case, you can ignore this, but you always look at it and make sure. Okay, you're always going to have boxes that you don't fill, and if you click inside it, it'll oftentimes tell you what to do. And this one says an accession date. This is when you click the accession date the day of access, but it says use only when there's no date of publication if you suspect the source is likely to change, edited, or update. It is a date of publication because it's an ebook, right? So it's like literally a book that's been published that someone's digitized. Have a date of publication, so we're just going to put the date of publication and leave out an accession date. You only use an accession date on a website. You can cut and paste the title from here. Oftentimes I copy and paste this and cut it in there. Notice it's got an extra space between the Y and the colon. Take that out. Okay. You capitalize all principal words. There's a publisher. There's the year. Notice it says publication city if needed. Publication city was included in the last version of MLA, and as far as I know, for many versions of MLA, but it has been taken out. It says with few exceptions. And the exceptions are if it was published before 1900, if it's published in an obscure city outside of the United States, not even if it's an obscure city inside the United States. Anyway, so typically you can say you can leave publication city off. If you're not sure, let me know. And let's see, we got your title of your book. You've got an author. If you need to, you can drop down for various parts. So a book will have an author. A reference book will usually have an editor instead, because each of the articles are written by different people. Let me show you what that looks like in a citation. So when the entire book is written by a person, that person is the author. Let me go find you one. Here we go. This is a reference book right down here. And there is a reference article inside called Zeus, and that's what goes in quotes. And then the name of the book is in italics, and then you got an editor. Okay. Notice that I've got database names here and down here and here. That means I got them off the databases. This tells the reader this is a print in hand book. So meaning that we probably have that in the library, which we do. And then the last one is a website. And notice when you cite a website, there's no option to ask for a database name. You do need to put the full URL to the web page. I do need it. If you have a date of publication, put it in there. If you don't. You usually don't. Well, I don't know. I don't know whether they will on these websites, but typically you don't. And you put in a session date for MLA. Let's see what it says. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to hit save. So notice that all of these have quotes. So this is a web page on a website, Encyclopedia Mythica. This is a article in a reference source and another article in another reference source. Actually, it looks like it's in the same reference source, but it's on the databases. Alrighty. And then when you are ready to go, when you're ready to turn in your works cited list, you come down here to formatting options, and it tells us that you guys are using a works consulted page. I think I used the word reference reference list earlier. Works consulted page means that you didn't have to use parenthetical citations inside it. These are the ones that you read to come up with your article. We're going to set custom title. Oh, no, that is the custom title is works cited. It's the header. Look, I've spelled my own name wrong. And this will put in your header. We are not putting any, we're putting, oh wait, there we go. Citations only. URLs included in the exported works consulted. It should be, oh, it's just, that's my only options there. Okay, we want to include URLs because the only place you put URLs in is for the websites. When you are ready to go, it is going to look like this. Let's make sure it all looks good. Of course, I have to sign in. You can do it as a Word document too. Here we go. Oh, I must not have saved this. Boom. Alrighty. And there is your works consulted page. And I must have spelled something wrong in there too. Notice it didn't always pick up my misspellings in Noodle Tools. Wish it did, but it doesn't have that kind of spell check feature. But you've got it in Times New Roman. I can see a few things I did wrong. It's in Times New Roman, 12-point, 1-inch margins, half-inch indent, already in there, and it's already alphabetized. So it gives a really great project. And I've got my header. So if you set it up right in Noodle Tools and you export the document, that document is literally right here, is going to be the one that you upload into your, see, I think I've got it right here where you upload that document right here for the Works Consulted page. All righty. Let me know if you have any questions.